Morning. I want to make a video real quick about making money when you're homeless because it's a big issue. You're going to need money. Everybody needs money. Homeless people need money. No, not every dollar a homeless person gets goes to dope unless they're a dope head. And you can tell pretty quick. You should be able to tell with a quick conversation. Somebody's in full opioid addiction. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. But the rest of us, we do need money for things besides dope or booze. And it's hard to make. And it's harder for some people than others. And it's a big consideration if you are going to be homeless. It's not as simple as you think. And a lot of things that are simple when you're not homeless become a lot less simple when you are. So I want to talk about a few of the ways that you can make money when you're homeless. The first and most obvious one is begging. It's getting harder. It's going to continue to get harder, but right now it's probably the number one way homeless people get money. I could make a movie length video about begging on its own, but just a quick thing, you need to always have a marker on you. I suggest a fat one so you can write big words. You need to make it legible. There's different ways of quote unquote flying a sign is what you will call it on the street. But generally you want it to be legible. You want it to be brief to get a point across on why people should help you out. And then you need to make eye contact with them when they're coming by and try to be that person that looks like they would want to help you out, and that them giving you money actually would help you out. Now there's people who will give $100 bills to fentanyl addicts. There's people who will only give money to beggars who have nothing, which is crazy to me. The fact that I have some property and have it somewhat together should be a good thing, not a reason to not help me out. People who can't hold on to anything, they wake up in the morning wondering where they're at, and they've lost all their stuff because they got high last night and someone stole their backpack, and now they have to go beg and they don't have a trash bag to put anything in. There's people who will only give them money because they're so destitute. They really need it. I don't need it. Look at this guy over here with nothing. Well, that's the guy who's going to spend it on fentanyl. The guy with property and the ability to have a conversation is the guy who's not going to spend it on fentanyl. But, you get more what you pay for, what you demand. Another option people do is recycling. That's really not a good option. It is a last-ditch option in places where you can get 10 cents a can. Most of the time, if you do have any property, carrying all your stuff around while picking up cans for, you're going to make $1 an hour, $2 an hour. Good luck surviving off that, and good luck, dealing with the back pain after carrying around a 55-pound backpack all day picking up cans. It's just not really a feasible thing. If you're in a desperate situation, if you're in Oregon where it's 10 cents a can and bottle or whatever, and you're desperate, you don't have any other options, it's better than nothing. But it's not going to fix you. It's not going to carry you on economically. A musical instrument can be good. If you can play a musical instrument, you can busk. In some places that can be good, but generally you're going to get run out by the cops. It is illegal in most of America, technically. Not always enforced. Depends on where you're at and who you are and everything else. But it's generally illegal to play a musical instrument with the case open next to you. That's a crime in most of free America. That's why I don't carry a trumpet. That's why you don't get to hear my trumpet playing in the morning when you're having your coffee, in the town square or whatever. But if you can play an instrument well and you're willing to get, the cops are going to push you off. So you're going to have to, when you do hit a spot and you make money at it, you need to take some of that money and put it away, hide it, and keep it for when the cops do run you out and now you got to find a new spot or a new city to go to. And then you got money to get down the road and head into the new spot until they kick you out for trying to earn a living. You can make stuff and sell it on the sidewalk. I know a few homeless people who do that. It's pretty hard to do, to carry art supplies with you and everything else. A lot of these guys end up with, they've got 2 shopping carts worth of their property and their supplies and their stuff they're selling, and it's a big to-do for them to make it 2 blocks up the road, and that kind of stinks. I know some people who found ways around it, and they're not carrying too much stuff, and they have little things that they sell, and they make a living at it, but they also get rent off. The police will tell you to leave town or put your stuff away, or they're going to arrest you. They'll take your property. They'll throw you in jail if you refuse. I make really cool leather stuff. I don't have any tools with me right now. I'm not making any leather stuff. I've made thousands of dollars in a few hours selling leather goods I make. It's really hard to do on the street because I don't have anywhere to dry, while the dye's drying. But even if I could, it's a crime for me to sell a leather belt on the sidewalk. I could beg for 24 hours a day. But if I make something really nice that everybody likes and try to sell it, that's a crime. So you just need to be aware that if that's how you're hustling, you're going to get run out a lot. You're not free in America. You're property of the government. They think they own you. And if you're not, if they can't assure that they're getting 90% of the money you make, they'll get rid of you one way or another. Because we're ruled by demons. And America's not free. So you're going to have to get used to it. The best bet for most homeless people these days is if you can do something online. Now you have to worry about getting power. You have to have a internet connection, or you're going to be doing Wi-Fi stuff. But if you can figure out a way to make money online, and there are ways, most of them are scams, but there are some ways, that's your best bet. I mean, if you could be a homeless and make a couple $1,000 a month online, you're set. You're doing good. You can actually have a decent life and figure a lot of stuff out, not really have a lot of problems. That's your best bet, really. Getting government aid isn't going to cut it. First off, it's illegal. It's illegal to get food stamps when you're homeless. The help that's available is meant to make things worse for you. Or is so disgusting and dangerous that you won't want that help. So, and you can, you can get some labor when you're homeless, but half the time it's just people trying to screw you. I stopped doing labor, letting people pick me up on the sidewalk to do jobs because I wasn't getting paid. I worked in San Francisco for like a week. Guy paid me $35. Claimed that the little hole in the hole, literally like a hole in the wall of the garage that I slept in, was worth like $200 a night. And what am I gonna do? Am I going to stay on the streets of San Francisco filing lawsuits against this guy who probably isn't? It's impossible. So if somebody's picking you up on the street to do a job, they're probably going to screw you. And it's going to be hard to get a regular job, even get one, let alone keep it while you're on the street, getting clean, storing your stuff. You can't walk into a job with all your stuff, and if you leave it outside, it's going to be gone when you get done working. Nothing like getting done with your job that paid you $45 for a few hours to find out that your $300 backpack is no longer in existence. So it's difficult. Do it by internet if you can. God bless all good people. Peace to the peaceful. Hit all the buttons. Leave me a comment. Tell me I'm ugly. Tell me I stink. Tell me your experience. Ask me what you want me to talk about. Thanks. Have a great day.